Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to Saturday. Hope you're having a good start to your weekend. I am doing well. A little bit congested. Had a lot of junk food last night, I think. So just I don't know. Got the fluids all worked up. Can't stay long. Just popping by to let you know I'll be back around 2:30 EST. So that'll be 12:30, I think. I think we're 2 hours away now. Sounds good, nobody. I think you said you were traveling back to college. So have a good trip, be safe, and see you when you get back, okay? All right, let's see. First thing I wanted to take care of is a little bit of housekeeping, and that is the buffering and my bit rates and my upload speeds. So my actual upload speeds have been fine to my local hub here for my ISP. I'm getting, a solid between 150 and 200 megabits per second download, and usually in the mid 20s upload. That's a local from where I am here in Scottsdale to Phoenix is probably, I don't know, between 15 and 20 miles away, if not even closer than that. So this is fine. Everything in the neighborhood is looking good. And then I go to my upload speeds for what it would take to get my data uploaded to the Los Angeles area where the YouTube ingest servers are. And I am really, really low. Look at this. Let's see. Details and share. Speed test. So I had, let's see, where's that up? Yep. Oh, damn it. I had a chart up here where it said everything that I was, yeah, professional streamer here. So in the middle of the night, it seems completely fine. And then when I go to stream in the morning or in the middle of the day, my upload speeds to that YouTube ingest server area is completely tanked. And if I could find... Damn. Oh, here we go. My results right here. Yeah. So this is what I've been seeing all week. I've been doing a lot of private test streams all week. And I've been having very little dropped frames, very little buffering, and I can upload at very high qualities. Even upwards of like 50 megabits per second at some points. But as you can see, like in the middle of the night, 2 a.m., I'm getting 25 to 27 megabits per second upload to the YouTube ingest servers. No problem at all. And then even early this morning, 2:25 a.m., I was getting a good solid 10 megabits, which is great for 1080p 30. No problem there at all. Very crisp quality. And then even got a boost up to almost 30 megabits per second at one point. And then when I come in to test my upload speeds at 11 a.m. my time, I'm down around 2 or even below megabits per second. That's absolutely terrible. That's not good for streaming. That is what's going on with my dropped frames and my streaming quality. So I'm dropping my quality for my output, my bitrate down to 4 kilobits per second. I've had this locked at 6 for a long time, and it has not been a problem for months and months and months. And then the last, I don't know, 5 or 6 weeks, it's been absolutely terrible. So something between my ISP and the YouTube ingest servers, which what we suspected all along was the case, is definitely the issue. So I don't know. I even went and I upgraded my network service, my internet service. So now I'm getting a full gigabit download and to 100 megabits per second upload. We'll see if we get anywhere close to that. They advertise that typical upload speeds that you could expect are going to be in the mid 80s. And, obviously if I'm getting 2 megabits per second, it's not going to be mid 80s. If this continues like this, I am going to call them and complain because this is completely ridiculous, right? So yeah, that's the news on that front. We're gonna get more dropped frames. We're gonna get more buffering. I have lowered my own bit rate, so maybe the buffering won't be as high, but the stream quality, the picture quality on the stream is not going to be great. It just is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it. I worked on it all week. As you can see, I was up very, very late throughout the week trying to fix this for myself and for you guys, and no dice. All right, let's see here. Let's make sure that everything is still good. We got some dropped frames, not as many just because I lowered my bitrate down so low. But it does look like we are still alive and kicking over here. Good. All right, so let's move on to news. Rebel's Eyes dropped an update on Skyblivion. Apparently this is coming this year in 2025. This was a huge project, and he's dropped a status report on it, and they are actually very close to done. I was shocked to see just how close they are. Most of the cells in the area, getting it completely populated, getting it fleshed out with all the objects and everything, and making it navigable is pretty much done. There's just a few cells in a few different areas. I think namely Breville needs to still be fleshed out. And then nav meshing all over the place. If it's one thing that they're like lagging behind on is nav meshing, and it's my understanding that it's always kind of like the last thing that you do in a project like this. So if you have any experience nav meshing, they could use your help. They're really trying to do one last push to get this out by the end of the year. If not, earlier in the year, that would be great too. The vast majority of the quests are done. The only other thing that they're lagging on a little bit right now is 3D models for vegetation, and they're just looking for people with experience in 3D modeling and interest in plant life to kind of flesh out and add more variance to the trees and the shrubs and all the different plants in the province. But yeah, this is promising. This is looking great. I'm excited. And I think it's safe to say that you're allowed to be excited about this too. It's that close. It's that close to being done. Seeing some of these though, I'm wondering if they're doing the Beyond Skyrim Bruma stuff with the open cities. I kind of prefer closed cities personally. It kind of takes you out of the immersion, adds a loading screen, but it's much, much better for performance if you don't have to deal with trying to load the entire world when you step into a populated city. Which is something they seem to have fixed with the engine in Starfield. Starfield handles those open cities quite well. But anyway, let's see. What's the next news item I have? Okay, so yeah, there is a new indie game that looks like it's kind of like a cross between Diablo 4 and Vampire Survivors. This looks really cool. It looks actually very fun. Obviously, it looks a lot like Diablo 4, but it's very much more arcade action gaming inspired and centered. So this one looks like a lot of fun. It's not quite in early access yet, but you can download a free demo and play it. I think they plan on going into early access at some point this year. And again, this is an indie studio. I don't know that they have a lot of credentials going for them. Of course, they probably do have some experienced devs on the team. I don't know what their credentials are. But yeah, it's for free. It's called Jotun Slayer Hordes of Hell. And I will put the link to this video, since I'm using it, in the chat so you all can check it out for yourselves. But yeah, Jotun Slayer, just search that up on Steam, and then you can download the free demo and play it. See if you like it. Maybe you will. Okay, those were the two news items. Oh, I gotta put Rebel's Eyes' link to his video in here as well. Pastor, welcome, buddy. Happy New Year. Hope it's off to a good start for you. Here we go. All right. So now I think we can move on to the mod showcase. Now, since it's been a couple weeks, I didn't stream last Saturday, but I did see some cool mods that I wanted to share with you guys. And one of them is a port of an armor mod done by Mr. Magus 80 himself, a regular in the stream and a mod on the channel. This is a port of the Frostmourne armor. Give you guys a link to that. It's a heavy armor, kind of dark mage, Death Knight flavored heavy armor. I think this was inspired from a World of Warcraft set. Frostmourne was Arthas's once he turned Death Knight. Frostmourne was kind of the catalyst of his turn to darkness there. It was a sword, though. So it's kind of got that big, chunky pauldron. Everything's like just very big and kind of overdone. I tend to prefer a more subtle, understated armor set and weapons. But if you're looking for that kind of like dark, high fantasy, kind of overstated, big Death Knighty armor, this one could work for you. Very cool. And I think this was one of Haster's recommendations to Magus when he was looking for some ideas for his Death Knight. So pretty cool. If you're looking for a Death Knight armor, that might be what you're looking for. And when I say I like the understated, more realistic weapons and armor, and then I like to add my craziness in through perks and magic, this is kind of what I'm talking about. This is my style right here. Lifesworn Vestiges. This is a heavy armor set. It comes with a mace. This looks really cool. It's kind of, you know, I wouldn't quite say understated because there's a lot of fine detail in the engraving work here. But it's kind of form-fitting. It looks very functional. It's got the quilted padded armor underneath the plate mail, which is really cool. And it looks like it comes with two-handed and one-handed variants of the mace, male and female models, of course. The helmet looks really good. I don't know if I like the exposed neck here, but you can put like a muffler or there's, I think Immersive Armors has a tight neck scarf that you can put on there to kind of cover that up if you wanted. And then there's a fur set, which gives you the mantle that you can put on the shoulders, which would cover up the neck too. But yeah, typically for it to be functional, you'd want to have that neck covered up, and they've done a good job on the back. But yeah, you don't want your neck exposed there. But it looks great. It looks awesome for like a warrior build, like a mercenary build, heavy armored melee fighter. Yeah, this one really impressed me. I'm going to add it in for my next profile for sure. That one looks great. Next one, Faceless Hoods. This one was recommended in the Icarus Discord channel. And talking about dark mages, this one looks really good. This one adds 3 different faceless hoods to it. And I am going to paste this in. That's the Gambison under the plate. That's what that's called. Good to know. When Haster's in the chat, everybody gets educated. Everybody gets edumacated. So let's take a look at the pictures here. It's pretty much exactly what the description is. You have a hood here, but then you have just black darkness underneath, which is very mysterious. It kind of, you know, gives you that weird dark mage thing where his brain and his face and all his features are indistinguishable. And it gives you this mysterious look to it. And then this coupled with the quick armor rebalancer, which I showcased a few weeks ago, where it gives you the overlay UI with a dialog box that pops up. It allows you to tweak the stats of any armor that you're wearing to match the stats of any other armor in your game. So you could, like, if you're doing like a heavy armor with the hoods here, you can put on the hood and then bring up quick armor replacer, and you can transition the cloth hood to heavy armor, and then you got a good Death Knight piece there. So at some point when I do like a dark mage, or this might be good for my Triumvirate Warlock coming up, probably at some point this year, and probably also a vampire build coming out later this year. So I got a couple of dark mage builds coming out soon that that could make use of this. Very cool stuff. They're wearing robes to give shape to their non-existence. There you go. Perfectly said. Perfectly said. All right. Next up. I think one left, right? Yeah, redeeming Fultheim. So Fultheim is the Blades agent, the retired Blades agent that you meet in, what is it, the Nightgate Inn? Am I getting that right? The one outside of Windhelm. I'm trying to get this. Anyway, he's the retired Blades agent, and he is very cagey if you try to speak to him, but he does wield a Blades Akaviri sword. So there was always some mystery around him. This mod actually adds a small quest line to him, and it involves like Esbern and Delphine, and it just could help flesh out that character a little bit more and add a little bit more to your game, more things to do, more story to play. Good stuff. Let's see. New dialogue option has been added to Fultheim to point out the fact that he has an Akaviri sword. Selecting that dialogue topic will start the new quest, A Forgotten Blade. So there you go. Very immersive, very well integrated, lore friendly, all that. Good stuff. All right. I think that's all I had for the news. All I had for mods that I wanted to showcase for this week. So I think we can go right into some Cleric gameplay. How about it? I'm ready. You ready? I'm ready. I got some wacky lighting going on in here today. I'm like all washed out. What's going on there? It's probably all the white light coming off of my screen right now and into my face. So once it darkens up, I'll look a little bit less like a ghost. Bitrate seems to be holding up a little bit. Still at 4 kilobits per second. You'll have to let me know if you're lurking in chat, if the stream quality here is good enough, if you'd rather deal with the buffering and the quality dips, or if you would rather have stable quality at lower quality. I can run it at a higher bit rate. It'll look better when it works, and it'll look better for the archive, for the VODs. But again, you're going to be getting a lot of frame drops, quality dips throughout the stream if you like to watch live. But if you like to watch the recorded archived stream, then it's going to look worse for you as well. All right, what's going on here? I want to move that to the front, please. Just do this and we'll switch back. There we go. All right, so Triumvirate Cleric, Cassius Viridius. He's an Imperial. He is heavily armored, and he looks a lot like Fortius, our warrior, but he is a bit older, I would say. Fortius is in his 20s. Cassius is in his, I would say, mid-40s. Toggle free cam. Slow it down. And his age is showing a little bit more on his face. His eyes are a bit darker. They're a little bit more sunken. He's got more battle scars. He's, like I said, he's got more lines on his face. He suffers for his religion. He pays penance to it constantly. And he is constantly trying to make the world a better place for, you know, as zealous as he is, he does care about people. And this is how he's showing it, is through just severe worshiping and devotion to his god, Saint Alessia, which is actually several gods. He follows the ways of Saint Alessia I don't know if that means that he actually worships Saint Alessia or if he worships all the deities of Saint Alessia. I'm kind of leaning toward the latter there. So with Winter Sun, the religion mod, whenever you pray and you are a follower of Saint Alessia, you get a choice of which of the 9 divines to follow. When you pray, and then each one of those will give you a different boost for a certain amount of hours in game. And right now he is worshiping mainly Akatosh because that gives him an increased progression rate in all of his skills. And since he is only level 20 right now, 21, we need skill progressions to flesh this character out a little bit. So he's fallen in with the Vigilance of Stendarr. He is trying to rid the world of Molag Bal's sort of mini invasion he has going on right now. Molag Bal has been trying to exert his will in Mundus, and specifically Skyrim area right now. We've killed a lot of his cronies. The main guy that we were working with in the Vigil is Altano, but it turned out that he was actually possessed by Molag Bal, so we had to put him down. He took a turn for the worst, started exhibiting very dark behavior, and he became violent. We had to put him down. When we killed him, there was an aspect of Molag Bal that was spawned from his corpse called the Ugly One, which was a very tough demon to fight, but with our Spirit Guardian and Lucian at our side, we were able to leave that fight victorious. So that's where we're at now. We have actually gone to the Undercity in Windhelm right now. There is a plague of these weird vampire monsters down here that we're trying to clear out. And we're also trying to find the source of this infestation as well. So we're clearing this out for the people of Windhelm and for the Vigilance of Stendarr, on a kind of contractor basis. And we've been shown to be effective in completing these tasks for the Vigilant. So that's what we're doing now. Now, we are also quite a bit higher in level than we were last time that I streamed this guy, to the point where I've been able to take more perks in destruction, and this is really kind of bringing this build alive a little bit, I would say. So, of course, this one's pretty easy. Fire spells, the Triumvirate spells have fire effects to them. I don't know if they're technically, I think they must be flagged as fire spells because these perks are working. 25 or 20% more powerful based on target's missing health percentage. So the lower health they have, the more damage we're doing to them, which is great for these big, tanky, difficult characters in the Vigilant mod. But this one's really fun. Fire spells reduce the fire resistance of their targets by 20%. So these have both actually have been really bringing my destruction spells alive. So that's good. Restoration, I have Descending Light, which gives me Magicka, rapid regeneration of Magicka when I enter combat, and that kind of trails off over time. Smithing is good. There is the Griffin Knight Regalia that I want to craft up at a forge, but it takes a lot of ebony ingots, and I have not seen any ebony ingots show up at vendors yet, so might have to go raid an ebony mine at some point to get that going. So that will be the next equipment upgrade that I give myself. But that hasn't needed any perks so far, so I've been leaving that one alone. Heavy armor. I have heavy armor fit, because we're always wearing all heavy armor. So we get an extra 25% armor rating, which is great. And then Defiance. Whenever an enemy attacks you, gain 15 points of armor for 10 seconds, and this effect stacks. So, yeah, whenever you get whacked by an enemy, you're going to get increased armor rating. And this is more effective if you're getting hit multiple times by multiple enemies who are surrounding you. So just more survivability there. Oh, let's keep going. One-handed. I've been leaning into the power attacks a little bit more, which is good because the, let's see, there is, let me toggle off free cam here. There is a spell in, I believe it is Destruction. Was it Destruction? Holy Fire. Enchant your power attacks for 60 seconds to deal 15 fire and sun damage. So, the Panicked Monk, welcome. Good afternoon to you as well, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good start to your year and a good start to your weekend. Personally, I am kind of glad to be on the other side of the holidays. It's great seeing everybody, and it's great, you know, being all festive and, you know, being able to celebrate another year in the books and looking forward to new stuff. But at some point, going back to work kind of feels like the vacation from the vacation you just had, right? You know, the emotional roller coaster of all the family and friends that you're seeing all the time and all the social obligations. So I am actually kind of looking forward to getting back to normal. Hey, thanks, Aster, for the shout out to the Panicked Monk. And a quick shout out to the Panic Monk too. He's been keeping up pretty well with his Einarath. I want to say sort of like a spell sword, vampiric spell sword roleplay series. It's a let's play series, but he goes deep into the character. He voices the character a little bit, and he's really good at roleplay. He's been doing that for a long time. So you can pick up a lot of tips and get some inspiration by watching his stuff. So I highly recommend it. You agree about work being a vacation from the vacation? Yeah, absolutely. It's when it overstays its welcome. Okay, so yeah, Holy Fire. I've been leaning into power attacks for this. This has some synergy here with Aura of Might and Aura of Vigor. So these two are kind of my main spells that I keep in my offhand during combat. Aura of Might gives everybody more attack damage, 70%, which is huge, and that's only going to go higher as my restoration skill scales up. The End King, long time no talk. D&D Cleric sounds cool, yeah. The Triumvirate stuff is flavored off of the D&D stuff, so it is very heavily D&D inspired, even though I've never played D&D before, but I would like to at least research it for build ideas in Skyrim. But anyway, so yeah, 70% more attack damage while you're concentrating on the Aura of Might spell, but then when you release it, you get a burst of fire and sun damage, which is great. And it is my experience also that this fire damage is affected by the fire subtree and the destruction perk tree. So that's good. It's affected by both restoration and destruction, which is why this damage spell is doing so much more than my actual destruction spells at the moment. So that's a really good offensive option. But the reason why this synergizes with power attacks so well is this. So I'm concentrating. All my followers are getting 70% more attack damage as I'm concentrating on this. And I can do regular attacks to soften the enemies up. And then when I do a power attack, it releases the spell in my left hand, which is great. And then it also sets all the corpses around me on fire, but it also does fire damage to any enemies in the area as well. So that power attack does the fire and sun damage from the power attack enchantments from the Holy Fire spell and the destruction skill. And then I also get the restoration damage from releasing that spell. And then, you know, once I do the power attack, come right back and buff up my followers again. Good stuff, right? It's been a lot of fun to play. It's been a lot of fun. So these spells were always interesting, but they were underpowered for the most part. A lot of the enemies were very tanky, very spongy, and it was taking a long time to defeat them. But with the perk support, he's getting stronger with his damage output and also his healing ability and his defense and everything. So just that added power, less enemy sponginess, a little more survivability has really kind of woken up this build. It's been a lot of fun. Let me catch up here. Thank you, sir. And Hester, I've actually brought the new year under the weather. Oh, man. Which is why I've dropped off my uploads the past. Oh, yeah, no problem. Just get better. I've been way behind on my watch later list anyway, so I haven't even gotten to your last upload yet, Panic Monk. I got some catching up to do because I've been so busy with the holiday stuff. Baldur's Gate will probably be your jam when you eventually play it. Yeah, I've bounced off of CRPGs a lot in the past. I played the original Baldur's Gates. I got all the way to the sort of last boss in Baldur's Gate 1, and I just couldn't figure out how to beat him with my party and my build the way I had that set up. Dabbled in Baldur's Gate 2 and what was the Neverwinter Nights, and a little bit in Icewind Dale, but you know, after about 20 hours or so, I bounced off of all of those, and it was the same with Dragon Age Origins, which was a little more CRPG as well. So I do actually have Baldur's Gate 3 in my backlog on Steam, and I'm looking forward to playing it, but I'm entering it cautiously because I've never really stuck to a CRPG before. But we'll see. I know it's all D&D inspired, and it might give me some build ideas. So that's what I'm clinging on to, and I will play it eventually. I gotta be in the mood for that CRPG. I predict you losing many hours recreating your Skyrim and Diablo characters for it. Oh, really? So the other way around. So instead of getting build ideas from Baldur's Gate 3, I'm getting Baldur's Gate 3 ideas from Skyrim and Diablo. Interesting. We'll see. We'll see. All right, so we are in the Windhelm Undercity right now. What are we trying to do? We got to eliminate the vampires under Windhelm. And this has been kind of a little bit of a labyrinth down here up to this point, but it looks like we're entering a more corridor area, which is going to be a breath of fresh air and kind of a sigh of relief, because I was doing a lot of backtracking, wandering around aimlessly trying to find my way through the sewers of Windhelm. And now it just looks like I have to go through this buried city and kill stuff, which I'm okay with. I'm ready for. All right, let's do this. Looks like we got a Blood Knight over here. Oh, that looks like a boss character, actually. That guy is huge. So that was Consecrated Ground. That's a huge area of effect spell that does damage over time from both holy and fire damage. Ooh, is he coming at me? Okay, the Blood Knight. All right, he's not too bad. The only issue that I'm having is when you're holding a spell, power attacks become just a little bit unwieldy, just a little bit clunkier, you're a little bit slower, and I'm running mortal enemies, which locks in your attack vector, so you can't change the rotation. You can't rotate your body or re-aim your swing in the middle of a power attack. So that, combined with kind of the just general slowness that you have while you're casting a spell, locked into place during the power attack, I hit my followers with that power attack more than I would like to. Let's just say that. But I'm getting better at it. Like anything else, it just takes practice. I'm really digging the vibes here. Are these black arches, or are they just something weird happening with my lighting there? But I'm really digging the dark sort of ambiance in a lot of this mod, but in this place specifically. Let's get Consecrated Ground in here, get my followers moving, taking aggro. Oh, that explosive blood spell it hurts a lot. So we're gonna keep our distance here. We can handle some physical damage. Oh, that one's already been killed. Blood Fiend. Swing and a miss on that one. And make sure I don't blow my stamina wad here. go. Lil Vixie. Hey, how's it going? How you doing? I remember you were really excited for Dragon Age Veilguard. I've been playing that game so much. Been having so much fun. I'm already thinking about the next characters that I've been playing. All the little stories and side quests and everything in that game are just really well written. One of my favorite games of the year so far. And I know that you said you've been playing the game over and over again, replaying it. So, Veilguard buddies, I like it. Doing all right. Just getting back to. Oh, this guy's a boss if I've ever seen one. Getting back into normal life heading into the next week after all the holiday shenanigans. You getting in there? There you go. Kaboom! Completed 2 playthroughs and 2 midway playthroughs. So, oh, you're doing the simultaneous playthroughs thing? Yeah, I'm gonna move on to other games after this first playthrough. There are some other things that I want to play from 2024. But I'll definitely go back to it at some point. I want to do a rogue build next with the bow and arrow. Maybe try romancing some different people. One thing that was a pleasant surprise was I was romancing Nev, right, and trying to go down that romance path, and then I was shocked to see like Harding and Tosh kind of, you know, doing the flirty eyes thing. So your followers actually will enter into relationships, like if you like don't claim them first, I guess, which was really cool. An added layer to that relationship building that I was not expecting, but wasn't surprised to see it there. Cool stuff. All right, so that had boss enemy energy to it, right? Okay, this is a master lock, and I only have... I'm knocking on the door of level 26. Okay, here we go. Mark where this was. Well, I love Treviso. Started to save Minrathos playthrough, and a save Minrathos... Oh my god, I hate it so much. Oh, you did? Okay. I went with the Minrathos path on that one, but I felt bad for Lucanus. Nev seems happy enough, but... Canis was not. We're friends again now, though, and we've avenged the Treviso destruction. Now that was an epic. Gotta love a double dragon fight, right? Skyrim had that double dragon moment in the Dawnguard. So good. Oh, thank you, Haster. Thanks for the shout out for Vixie. I always have fun in Vixie's streams. You were playing a different game, though, I saw last time you went live on Twitch. All right. Okay, we have some branching paths here. More labyrinths. Okay. Final Fantasy 15. That's okay. So that's a FF for Friday series you're going with there, huh? God, he's coming right at me. All right, let's get this buffed up. Blood Fiend goes away. All right. Oh no! What hit me? I don't even know what hit me. Okay, I'm running Shadow of Skyrim. If this locks me out somewhere,
a little help over here.
Then I can always just reload the save and continue forward. But I do kind of want to get familiar and get to know Shadow of Skyrim a little bit, because it is an immersive way to handle death, and it also gives you reward for avenging your own death in terms of like permanent passive abilities and things like that. Okay, I think so. What's happening here is Shadow of Skyrim didn't recognize that Blood Fiend enemy. Either that, or since it died before I recovered, there was no nemesis, so it's not giving me a debuff, and there's no sort of reward for killing a dead enemy. So,
and I'm telling you,
looks like Lucian and the Guardian Spirit just drug me back here to recover, which is fine.
That's what you said the last time.
Got some fresh baked bread and good cheese if you're after a bite to
Let's
eat.
pay the woman. We'll refill our water so that, you know, we can get some sustenance in our body, rest and recover, and then we'll go back.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
we aren't merchants.
Find my way through the rest of that labyrinth to get to where I was when I died.
I understand.
But you seem to have forgotten. I've had neck problems ever since we got ambushed by those
It's midnight. Let's rest for a few hours here. Actually, we're hungry and thirsty, so let's take care of that. Something hearty with the cooked beef.
That time.
There we go.
How-
Now, the routine that I'm doing with the Triumvirate Cleric is his ritual that he has is he wakes up at the ass crack of dawn. So that's going to be about 5 a.m. most days, depending on what season you're in. So that gives us only 4 hours of sleep. Hopefully that's enough. We did get plenty of rest. It was definitely not 1 a.m. when we were down in the Undercity of Windhelm.
I've already thought of that.
So we woke up well rested. That's good. And then we're going to go out and we're going to pray to the rising
And
sun.
where do we get them? The file?
And then we're going to pray for like a full 3 hours
We'd be better off dealing
until everybody starts waking up and business starts, and then we can sell off our stuff and all that. So we're going to find a quiet place, or at least a place where people aren't walking around. We'll go ahead and pray. And this is the Winter Sun options I was talking about. This kind of works like the old gods for the Nords. And I think human, or any human race can actually do the old gods, if I'm not mistaken. But for the Shaman Assassin, the Stormcloak Assassin that I was playing before, this is kind of like the same way where you pray. With the old gods, you got to offer up a sacrifice in terms of gems. And when you offer up 100 septims worth of gems, you get to pick a new old god to worship, and you take on the aspect of that old god until you pray again. This one's very similar, but for the 9 divines. And I'm really not sure what all the rest of the buffs are that you get with all of these. But I've been pretty much stuck on Akatosh right now because we're still pretty low level at level 21. And then, let's see. We get the increased experience based on favor. So, learn all skills 13% faster. That's great. Awesome. All right, so now we're gonna pray here for until the sun comes up and we can start going about our business. So it's almost 5 a.m. We'll continue praying for another 3 hours. And now you wonder why he's got all these dark eyes and deep set lines on his face, even though he's not that old. He's looking a little weathered because, he spends 3 hours praying in the cold, harsh weather every single day. That'll age you a little bit. How are we doing on our knees here? Or on our needs. Excellent. For the next 8 hours, we get more experience points. Great. Hey, James, welcome back, buddy. Did you have a good New Year? Hope so. Okay, let's see. Okay, so the entrance to that Windhelm Undercity, the old Windhelm area, was actually in the guard barracks. So it's compatible with the Sewers of Skyrim mod, which I am running. And it has its own kind of Windhelm Undercity area, but they never collide because of where the entrance is to everything, which is good. Yeah, I can go down into the sewers, and there are little mini quests and lots to explore down there, but this is different. Oh, and I was actually experimenting a little bit last night with Sora, which is ChatGPT's video stuff. And I was trying to make a little video of Cassius walking in that Windhelm Undercity. And I thought it came pretty close. This guy's a little older than Cassius is. He's got his like little magic light going on there, guiding him through the ruined city. Kind of cool. He's got his heavy plate and his white cloth underneath. I like that. And this one I tried to make his hair a little messier, like Cassius's is in the game. The magic effect gets a little funky here, but that's fine. But yeah, kind of cool. And there were some really funky stuff. AI is not anywhere close to perfect. This one looks a little more video gamey. He's doing his little step dodge, going in, getting into your face. This one I thought looked the best out of all of them. Him just kind of vigilantly, and this is like the whole prompt that I used to get this to generate. AI prompt engineering is, it's a skill on its own. Getting the AI to do what you want it to do is kind of like learning to speak. It's not a different language, but it's a different way to speak. It's just all description and like no actual function. Which I am, and this one I wanted to have him have some glowing yellow eyes and kind of the internal holy energy that he has coursing through him. Kind of cool looking. It was fun to play around with. You do need a paid membership to ChatGPT to do any of this stuff, and then even then it gives you like a very severely. So even with just those videos, I've got less than half of my credits remaining for this pay period, at least until the end of January. So it's very limited because it does take a lot of computing resources to generate that stuff. But it's kind of fun, and it can kickstart your creativity a little bit, maybe.
He's a true no.
Getting into the vibes of your character.
Don't be so sure of that. We've intercepted couriers from Solitude. The Empire.
Piner, I wish the damaging cleric spells from Triumvirate were in the restoration tree. Destruction doesn't seem holy.
He's against us.
I get you. I actually kind of like it. I understand your
They all know that.
your take on it, though, for sure. It makes more sense. I like having the destruction spells available, though, because with the destruction perks, especially in Ordinator, it gives you a lot of gameplay diversity, a lot of different things that you can do with these spells that are kind of the same, right? There's a lot of overlap in the Triumvirate Cleric spells. Like this Aura of Might is a restoration spell, but it's your most damaging spell as well. It does 35 fire and sun damage. That scales with your restoration skill and with your destruction perks as well. So this is really good, but that's a restoration spell. And then you have other stuff that serves different utilities in the destruction spell or in the destruction skill. You can enchant your power attacks. You have this long-ranged beam that you can use, and consecrated ground does a huge damage over time in an area of effect. And then these all trigger the destruction perks as well, where these ones trigger some destruction perks, but not all of them. It's all really cool. Like I said, it just gives you more build variance, more things you can do with your build, a little more gameplay variability, and I appreciate that. So yeah, it's a lot of the stuff is kind of samey, and it from destruction and restoration, but it does give you a little bit more utility than what you would have if it were all in one skill, you know. So I like it. I don't mind it. Where the hell am I going? Let's see. There's a hidden passage. Oh no, I think I need to go down in the old well over here. Yeah, this was very labyrinthine. I got lost in here several times throughout the week trying to play through it. And I don't know if I were doing a full Cassius story playthrough, I probably wouldn't start with the Vigilant questline just because it is very high level. It's very challenging. There are a lot of very tough boss fights. Oh, I don't have a key for this yet. Okay, I went the wrong way. Got to go the other route. But I did want to playtest all the way through this Vigilant mod just to make sure that I've integrated it correctly. It's not conflicting with any of my other mods that I have running. Do those cleric spells scale with fire perks? I believe they do. One kind of nuance that I've seen is this consecrated ground. It actually scales with the raw power perk. Let's see, destruction. But so far, that's the only one that I've seen that does it. And 10% more powerful for something that does 9 points of damage over 30 seconds. Was not worth taking the perk at this point. Once I scale that up a little higher, it will be. But yeah, that one works. The other ones did not seem to scale with that raw power. I think the other ones are scaling with the flame, the destruction. The flame stuff, but this stuff is harder to test because it's very, it has these requirements that you have to fulfill in order to get this damage boost. And it's very hard to test that way. The other ones would be your destruction mastery, which I've already taken. I would have to revert to a very old save since before I had the mastery perk, or to start a new character to test that. But the flame effects for sure with the fire and sun damage that you get off of the Aura of Might, they are proccing. They are proccing the destruction perks in the I lost my train of thought. The pyromancy subtree of Ordinator. And once I get higher level with the character, I'll be able to experiment more. Once I get through the Dragonborn DLC questline, and I can respec my perks, I can test this more fully. And then also, if I have higher levels, then obviously the scaling will be more obvious, and I can see the different damage values on everything. But this is all just kind of, I think downwards is where I wanted to go. But this is all just kind of allegorical, just in my experience, just very informally testing these kind of things. And that's just what I've seen so far. Now I'm trying to remember how I got through here. Was it this? Old Windhelm Slums. That's where I was. Okay, we're good. And I did some due diligence and searched on whether or not the fire effects from these cleric spells actually do proc from with Ordinator. And I couldn't really find a definitive answer. It doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of people playing the Triumvirate Cleric, which is sad because it's a very interesting archetype. Comfortable 2 degrees in England, or 35 Fahrenheit. That would be cold for us here. We don't have any moisture in the air here in the desert. So 35 feels a lot colder to us than it does in other parts of the world. They get more moisture and have more humidity. That being said, I wouldn't mind 35 degrees Fahrenheit right now. We have already hit record-setting temperatures in Arizona, which has been a theme. We're at 64 Fahrenheit on January 4th. Let's see, what's the high today? Oh, it's only going to be 69 degrees today. Nice. That's actually beautiful weather. I love the mid-60s. That's my jam. I also love mid-50s. I'd love to see some... Yeah, it's just... The weather's nice, right? Right now, it's very comfortable. You can go outside and take a nap. And just be able to sleep like a baby. Which is nice for early January. But then it's like, okay, how hot is it going to be in the summer if it's this warm during the winter? There we go. This summer was really rough with the amount of 110 plus days that we had, and like in a row. It was really kind of just soul breaking. It was rough. We were over 120 this year. Yeah, I know. It's like, I can deal with those hot days if they're spread out and they're like speckled and scattered here and there, but if it's like all in a row like that for months and months like that we had earlier last year, that was just rough, man. It was a grind. It was a grind. More potions here. Filter of water breathing. What the hell was that gonna do me against this guy? Okay. Looks like we didn't miss any other chests or anything in the meantime. Okay. Eat that vampire dust. All right. Gonna do a quick save here. I'm gonna give Shadow of Skyrim one more chance here if we keep... Oh, I need my spirit guardian though. Let's get her or him out here. I think it's random which gender pops up. But I think for me it's always been a woman. Interesting. A bald one too. How about that? So spirit guardian is cool. It's a conjuration, but it's in the illusion skill. It's an illusion spell. And it also is very long running. It's not like this temporary conjuration that you get through the conjuration tree at low level. It sticks with you for a very long time. But you can also tell it to do stuff. You can control it kind of like you can a follower. And it doesn't have any dialogue or anything, but you can also trade with it. You can equip your spirit guardian as you see fit. So we're gonna give her the, the Viking axe there. We want our marauder here. Spend, heal a damaged conjured minion. No thanks. Necroplagues, infects a corpse. I don't think they're gonna, the game's AI is not gonna know what to do with that staff. And then I try to give it heavy armor stuff. So the shield, the shield, plate hood, give her the boots. What else does she need? She needs gauntlets. Are those gauntlets? I think that's all she needs, yeah? Oh, she needs a cuirass. Rebel's armor? I thought I had thicker armor for her. So when that when this minion dies, you're supposed to get all of the stuff back in your inventory. And I thought I had a heavy armor set for her, and I'm not seeing it now. So I guess she'll get the rebel armor there, because she needs some armor, right? All right, I guess that works. Could have sworn I had a heavy armor set for her. I think I had the light boots, but I thought I had a heavy armor cuirass for her. I guess not. Paris Songvi, welcome, welcome. I am doing well. How are you? Hope your new year is off to a good start. Consecrated Ground is visually a great spell. It's also amazing with Okado's Recital. I didn't know that I could hook it up to Okado's Recital. What have I been doing? Casting this thing manually. All right, let's get that hooked up. That's gonna save me a hotkey, and it's gonna save me an action at the beginning of every combat encounter. Thank you very much, Piner. I hope you don't mind if I call you Piner. Or Pinert. Let me know if you want me to pronounce your name a different way, and I'll gladly comply. But I just, with all the numbers and letters there, I don't know. I don't know what to do. Exile is another one I haven't been using. Can take an enemy off the battlefield for a while. I'm fine. 1430 mods in Skyrim, and now it takes a few minutes to load. Like, yeah. So that was one of the big things. I was playing Lorerim for a while, and just to get mod organizer to load the damn game was taking several minutes. And then once the game was actually loaded, just to get to a spot, it was like it would load the title screen, and then it would take another few minutes to load up the menu where I could actually start the game. And then loading a save took forever. So I'm like, how many mods am I running? Like 780 or something like that. Yeah, 785, which is probably still even overkill for me. And I'm happy with it. I've been seeing the benefits of smaller mod lists lately, and they are plentiful. They are plentiful, that's for sure. Okay, Consecrated Ground. Okado's Recital goes in the right hand. Consecrated Ground goes in the, oops, left hand. All right, now I have, what do I have here? I have Consecrated Ground and Holy Fire, both hooked up to Okado's Recital. That means I can switch my hotkey from Consecrated Ground to Exile. Which means I get to exile someone for 15 seconds. Yeah, it takes Lucian out for 15 seconds, and then it should pop him back in. So this is cool for like these big pitched battles where you're overcome with numbers. You can use this to at least temporarily change the numbers back to your being in your favor. Do you use the Daggerfall traits mod? It works good with classic classes reimagined. I do not. I'll have to look into it though. Actually, let's go ahead and take a look now. So I'm guessing it just gives you starting passives. Which one are you using? Are you using RPG character traits, Gentleman's, or are you using Apoapsis? Looks like Apoapsis has a lot more downloads. You using both? Gentleman's. Okay, so Gentleman's was the other one. Adds 19 distinct traits. I'll go ahead and post a link to this in the chat in case anybody else wants to check that out. Oh yeah, so this just looks like a kind of an add-on almost to classic classes and Burst Science Reimagined. see. Let's read this out here. Gentleman's Daggerfall style RPG character traits adds an entirely new trait system, allowing you to choose from 19 distinct beneficial and detrimental traits with which to flesh out your character based on Daggerfall. This mod is essentially the latest iteration of Specs Weedle's Daggerfall traits for Skyrim, featuring many balancing changes and some additions. At game start, you will find the medical history note. Oh, this was actually integrated into Lorerim, I think. I remember doing the medical history stuff in Lorerim. Yeah, I really liked it. It was giving you like a certain amount of points, I think. Yeah, here we go. It gives you like a certain amount of points to gain to spend. And if you pick an advantage, then it takes your points away. And then if you pick a disadvantage, then it will add points to it. So if you know, like, you're never going to use magic or something, then you can specifically debuff or add disadvantages to your magic stuff, and then use those points to buff up your melee abilities. Things like that. Yeah, it was cool. I do like how they balance it out with the disadvantages as well. So it's not just adding power. Your power actually costs something. I did really enjoy that. I'm actually gonna add this to my bookmarks. I'll look at that later. The author of Lorerim has a cool trait mod, but sadly it's only for Requiem. Okay, gotcha. It seems like almost exactly the same thing, but just retooled for Requiem. All right, let's take a look at our map here. Looks like we have another labyrinthine thing going on here. Okay, the old well. This is where we came out from, that old well, but we were locked out of a door that needed a key. So let's see, should we start left or should we start right? I think right is where the other enemies came from. We need a key here, so that answers that question. Guess we're going right. And I should probably put on my Regal Paladin helmet. Okay, yeah, that's working great. God, get off of me. Really coming at me over here. Oh, you're not dead yet? Oh, he's dead.
Ow, ow, ow. Ow, ow, ow.
Yeah, all these other more powerful minions that I have surrounding me, and they come right at me. I guess that's good AI. That's smart of them to do that. But also, these guys are doing all the damage. I definitely need some more tankiness, I think. Could also use the Become Ethereal shout once I unlock the... Why can't I pick up that potion? Oh, damn it. Is that a bug? Is that a static? We got more lighting issues here. I guess it looks fine in the dark, but when you actually shine a light on it, it doesn't actually have a texture to it, or it's just all black. A lot of locked chests down here, lots of loot. Is this a modded world? Is this the Dark End mod? This is, who? Is Dark End by the same author? This is Vigilant. A classic, oldie but goodie. I haven't played through it yet. This is my first time playing through it, and this is actually more of a playtest than anything because I just want to make sure that it works with the rest of my mods. It's one I've been wanting to play for a long time because I'm a big fan of boss fights. I think Skyrim needs more of them, and this one adds a lot of them. So it's been fun. Uh-oh, did I freeze from exile? I probably have too many active effects going on. I froze. How long has it been since I saved? I even lost my mouse. Crazy. I have this trouble with the Triumvirate stuff sometimes. There's a lot of active effects, and then if you introduce Okada's recital with it, and you have minions, and the minions are all doing some specific stuff, and you're in a modded area, and the enemies in the modded area have stuff going on, then it can overload the engine and seize up on you. Same style, different mod authors. Okay, thanks, James. I wasn't sure. I have Vigilant and Glenmoral, but haven't gone through them. Love the game Bloodborne, which it was based on, but the game is too hard. Oh, yeah, I haven't played Bloodborne yet. I played all the way through Elden Ring. I think that was the only Souls-like game that I beat. The original Demon Souls on PS3 I played, but had a hard time with it because it was a very unstable. It was targeting 30 frames per second, but ran mostly at like 20 frames per second. So a lot of this stuff was very timing specific, and I just had a hard time timing a game like that with the parries and everything you needed. Bloodborne I do have in backlog, which I've heard and seen that it runs really well on a PS5. So I am looking forward to that. Just another one of those backlog games that I have yet to get into. One thing I want to do with Vigilant, it gives you the Bloodborne gun, right? The musket or whatever. I want to increase the projectile speed on that because that is just way too slow. And that's easy to do in SSE edit. Okay, so I didn't lose a lot. That's good. But have I saved since I added Consecrated Ground? I think I did. Spell already stored. Okay, good. And then what about... Yep, that one's good too. And I need my helmet. There we go. Do a quick save, just in case we crash again. Thanks for the promotion, Haster. Appreciate it. Just a single one here. Got stuck.
Such an abrupt end to our game. Pathetic mortal.
Lots of quick saving. Just in case. There's a gun perk for Ordinator. I forgot what it is. I have it adds a pistol perk. Yeah, that's got to be modded. I've played a lot of Ordinator, and I've done build guides and stuff for it. And there was no pistol. So yeah, that would have to be some kind of, like what James is saying, a sub perk system. Something else you have added through a mod that adds more perks to Ordinator for pistols. But Ordinator does have a bunch of stuff that works with staves, like the whole Gandalf thing with a sword and staff. That's in the enchanting tree, actually. So a bunch of stuff in here for swords and staffs, and that's basically what Bloodborne is, because those pistols are staves or staves in Vigilant anyway. So a lot of stuff you could do here to synergize that playstyle. Of course, it's, you know, if you really want to go granular with your perks, then adding those in through patch mods and stuff is the way to go there. Okay. Let's take one guy out of the fight here. Okay, so that worked. That exile use worked really well there. Excellent. Okay. Yeah, the use of exile worked really well there. We took the third Blood Fiend off the table, and then we were able to overwhelm the other two. And then as this guy died, the third one came back from exile, and then we were still advantageous in our numbers. So that worked really well. Just hopefully it doesn't cause too many crashes. Well, actually, a crash would be great, but that was actually a freeze. Freezes suck more. Because then you basically have to manually crash your game to get through it anyway. There are a lot of chests in this area, so I just want to make sure I'm not missing any good loot. Enchantments and money right now are very valuable at this point in the playthrough. So once we're done with this Vigilant quest line here, I'm going to move on to Beyond Reach, which is another very high-level quest line. Oh, we got a big boy over there. Oh. Should be able to make fairly quick work of him, I think. Excellent. Excellent. Let me see here. Some of the sword animation mods, like a Polish saber, is cool, but you swing like a madman and hit everything in sight, friend or foe. Oh man, it's like one of those sweeping ones. Yeah, are you using the MCO stuff? The new move sets, the Souls-like combat? That's kind of how it is in those games. They're very sort of like the hit boxes and hurt boxes are true to the animations. So you'll hit everything in front of you. Not really a whole lot of friendly companions in that game though, and the ones that you do get are typically temporary. So you don't have to worry about killing them too much. Yes, I use MCO. Yeah, I played around with MCO a little bit. I feel like I kind of prefer the vanilla Skyrim way, to be honest with you. Oh, okay, this is where the old well comes out. Alright, so this is that locked door that we encountered coming in through the other way. So we're gonna need to find a key at some point here to get out of this place. To me, it doesn't work as well as it does in the Souls games, because in the Souls games, it's just fully integrated and balanced and developed off of that combat system. To me, I actually just kind of like the Skyrim vanilla way of doing things. The lock-on would be nice, but even that isn't necessary to me. I kind of just like the free-wheeling, loosey-goosey way that Skyrim handles it. It feels like home. And I also enjoy the Souls games too, so if I want that combat, I can just go play that game. Ooh, what is that? That looks like some kind of a blood lich or something. Clipping through the walls? Okay. I need to use exile here on something. Yeah, blood lich. How did that miss? Too powerful for exile. No. Let's heal up here. The lich got stuck in the terrain. That's classic. Oh well. Probably would have been a tough fight. I don't know. Should I... Let's go ahead and do that fight again. Why not? Am I on exile here? I am. Okay. No, can't exile them. Oh my god. He's really coming after me over here. Out of stamina. Okay, so we're gonna buff up our followers now. Let our stamina recover a little bit. We'll play support for right now. My lights just... I got some like wiring issues or something in my overhead lighting. It's it has 4 different lights on it. And usually I only get 2 of them, but all of a sudden, right now, a 3rd one just came on out of nowhere. Probably should have that looked at. Don't want the house to burn down or anything. Okay, so I couldn't use the exile tactic here because the enemies were too high level. Where is that blood lich at? Oh, this was the one that I did use exile on. Okay, exile, does that have a chance? Target up to 18. Oh, so that's a hard cap at level 18. A lot of the Odin spells have a chance to work beyond its level cap, which I kind of like. There is a chance that it might work. Let's see here. I got animations from Witcher 3, Dragons, Dogma, and Dark Souls. Cool. Mace is good against Draugrs. It sure is. I don't use the mace tree that much. They should give maces and warhammers big buffs versus armored opponents. Yeah, so just a little more generally useful, I suppose. Ooh, we got to level up. Okay. What did I have here? I think I was putting 2 in magic, 2 in health, and 1 in stamina. So it'd be 1. Yeah, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, one-handed maces. Yeah, I haven't even touched the maces subtree yet. I'm more concentrating on the power attacks first. And I don't know if I want to go maces with this character or if I want to go Dawnbreaker. Attacks with maces reduce armor rating. So yeah, the maces, this is generally useful, right? It just reduces armor each time you hit them. Power attacks with a mace deliver critical strike that deals 3 times critical damage, and then you get an extra order of magnitude on that against undead. Targets can only be struck by smite once every 30 seconds, so there's a cooldown on that. That's pretty good, even against non-undead. Better against undead, obviously. Rise Kinsman. Forward power attack with maces. Inspire nearby allies, granting them 20% extra damage for 15 seconds. Pull the bell. Sideways power attacks with a mace deplete all of your stamina on impact, dealing 1% more damage per point of stamina depleted by doing a critical. Very powerful there. Yeah, actually, I think I am going to concentrate on maces. This is really good. This actually synergizes really well with the fact that I'm going to have a lot of followers all the time, and that 20% extra attack damage is going to be great. It'll stack on top of the other stuff that I got going on. The sideways power attack is good. The sideways power attacks are kind of hard to land sometimes, but if you have followers taking aggro from enemies, and especially kind of being rooted in one spot, you get more opportunities to actually land these things. And that would be very powerful. A lot of damage, a lot of crit damage there. Each standing power attack with a melee, with a mace that hits a target and powers subsequent standing power attacks with a mace for 20 seconds, increasing their damage and stamina cost by 15%. So I think we're going to need to invest in some stamina restoration in the restoration skill tree if we're really gonna lean into this. Maces interrupt spell casting, very cool. Wandering Warrior, of course, you just get another 20% buff to your one-handed skills eventually after you do a lot of battles. How you doing, Lucian? Everybody good? Dawnbreaker is a weak weapon, but has a good enchantment. Yeah, I'm using Zim's Immersive Artifacts, which I think puts it back on par with either Ebony or Daedric. So it's not weak anymore with Zim's Immersive Artifacts. I just like the more unique enchantments that it adds. You can kind of build around those artifacts a little better. Oh, he's coming after me now. Back to the resto. Finality. This Spirit Guardian is so dramatic with its trash talk. Okay, got a quick save now. Yeah, I could have just moved forward with that Bloodlich fight, but man, I really wanted to do the whole thing. It got kind of cheesed because it ended up in the terrain.
All the living shall fear the dead.
Get in there, guys. I'm right behind you. Oof. Okay, we're still good on health. Looks like the Bloodlich is out of magicka. Oh, it just recovered some. Alright, guys, power up. Let's get in there. I don't want to get attacked by one of those big area of effect spells. Okay, not too bad. We just outlasted him. Once we were able to get him to expend all of his magicka, he really didn't pose much of a threat anymore. But man, those blood spells are deadly against us right now. The blood spells are tough because they are not elemental. So if you have like fire, frost, or shock resistance through enchanting or potions or whatever, it's not gonna help. You have to have general magic resistance. And I do have some of it. I think I did the Agent of Mara. Yeah, I did. So I have 15% there. The Human Spirit that I did, I took a resistance to fire, but then also weakness to fire. So 50% resistance to fire, and then a 25% weakness to fire equals a 25% resistance to fire. But that obviously isn't going to do anything against blood magic, unfortunately. Okay, so that went a little better, at least. I kind of wonder if... Yeah, alright. That's why. Yeah, he didn't get stuck in the terrain. Well, he did get stuck in the terrain, but I think he just ran out of magicka, which is why he wasn't attacking us anymore. Yeah, this has some collision issues on it.
Yeah, it's not perfect. It's a mod. Probably worth playing through, I would think, but yeah, as you can see, beware of pitfalls. Save early, save often, because you never know when this is it's gonna bork on you. Are you limiting the character to mostly restoration spells and one-handed? It's built around Triumvirate Cleric, so I took a look at the Triumvirate Cleric spells, and I'm trying to use mostly, if not all, Triumvirate Cleric spells. I have made use of the ward spell here a little bit, but mostly I'm using Triumvirate Cleric because I want to do a Triumvirate Cleric build. So building off of that, I have a mace in one hand because of the Holy Fire enchantment spell. So I'm probably going to have an unenchanted mace in my right hand at all times to carry this enchantment that pops up with the spell, and I have this hooked up to Okado's Recital along with Consecrated Ground here. The heavy armor was a choice because I need to be close to my followers in order for these aura spells to work. The Aura of Might gives my followers a 70% more attack damage, and then when I release it, it gives a burst fire damage to all enemies in the area. But I have to be close to my companions in order to do that. And same with Aura of Vigor. This is my main healing spell right now. Caster and living or undead allies heal 26% or 26 points per second, which is pretty good. And it heals all allies in the area, and then release it, and then everybody gets 2 seconds of invulnerability, which is great. So yeah, that's kind of what I've built my character off of. And because I have to be close to my followers, I went heavy armor because that's going to put me in the thick of the action. And heavy armor also has some good perks in its skill tree for heavy armored followers as well. So you have this rallying standard here that gives everybody in your vicinity that's wearing all heavy armor both attack damage buff and more points of armor, and casts courage on them, so that's good. I downloaded the Spell Sword mod, but could not get it to work. It lets you cast from... Yeah, a lot of people like that Spell Sword mod. It's really good. I am very Skyrim focused, and that Spell Sword mod kind of adds something to it. I may or may not use it in the future, but Skyrim gives plenty of Spell Sword support in its ordinator trees anyway, like Spellscribe in the enchantment tree. Obviously the Spell Sword mod fleshes it out better, but Spellscribe here, it enchants your power attack so that you unleash the spell that you have hooked up to it whenever you do a power attack. And that is Spell Swordy enough for me, for now anyway. And that kind of unlocks a lot of build potential for a lot of different builds. So I like that. But the Spell Sword mod is, like I said, a lot more fleshed out, a little more nuanced, very cool in its own right. I might check it out at some point. Okay, we're gonna do a quick save here. Get my exile spell back out just in case. Ooh, that's another big boy over there. I need like a detect life spell or something. That's alteration though. I don't think we're focused on alteration. Aura Whisper with the shouts would be good. Allow me to see everything in the vicinity before I undergo battle, I guess. Anybody over here? Just the big boy over there? Okay. Minions? Where's Lucian? What are you doing, buddy? You get stuck? Yeah, he's stuck. You back with us now?
Lucian
Yes,
Flavius,
he is.
reporting
Look
for
at that. Reporting for duty. Good, good. Spirit Guardian, Lucian. All right, let's do this.
What's next?
Ooh, that was a big hit. Nightmare of Ilinalta. Boy, he switched gears fast, didn't he? Oh, he's moving around a lot. Stand still, big boy. Okay, he's almost down for the count here. Ooh, that was a good one. Man, he got me with that one hit. Took me down to like 10% life. Yikes. Grand Soul Gem, that's good. Skirmisher's Filter, that's not going to help. Stamina Poison, probably not going to help either. This guy's not really a poison guy, I don't think. Oh yeah, limiting your character to mostly restoration spells in one hand. Yeah, destruction, restoration, and illusion. So the exile spell that I was using is illusion. And also the spirit guardian that I have. This isn't conjuration, this is illusion. And it actually just kind of summons a full-ass follower too. So you can get them to follow commands, you can get them to wait, you can also trade with them and equip them how you want. Very cool Triumvirate spell. And it's a low level, I think it's an apprentice level spell as well. Oh no, it's adept. Apprentice is the exile one that takes the enemies off the board for you. Yeah, so those three spell schools I'm using. Illusion, Restoration, and Destruction. One-handed, obviously, for the enchanted power attacks from the Holy Fire spell. And then heavy armor because I'm in the mix of everything. And then smithing just to create the armor that I want to create and get a little more tankiness, a little more armor rating, or a lot more, as the case may be. So that's kind of the class for this build. And I'll do a build guide on it at some point when he's fully fleshed out, but I have the Guardian series to do first. I forget to use shouts only for the main quest when it's... Yeah, when you're concentrating on like triumvirate spells like I am for this one, it's like the game mechanics that you use all the time and the spells that you're focused on are what you're going to be using most. And then, yeah, I tend to forget about the shouts as well. You kind of have to make a concerted, focused effort for that. To integrate that into your game style, your gameplay style, which I've done with my warrior. He makes all kinds of good use of these spells, or these the shouts. But yeah, so far, this guy has not unlocked the main quest. I'm using Skyrim Unbound, and I have it set so that dragons unlock at level 30, I think. Either level 20 or level 30. I think it's level 30. And then once I kill my first dragon, that unlocks the main quest line and shouts. So until that point, I do not have access to shouts. I want to go see what this major... I have a major gate area here. Don't seem... Oh, is this the starting area? Does that go back into the old well? No, that's a new area that I haven't gotten to yet. Interesting. Okay. Lower that drawbridge at some point. Is there like a lever or something I can use for that? I'm not seeing any. No chain to pull, no lever or anything. It's probably on the other side. Probably have to approach that from the other side and open it from there. I'm guessing, if it even opens at all. Ooh, the asylum. That sounds spooky. Nothing spookier than an asylum in a horror-themed game, I think. Lucian is a great follower to have around. I usually use him as an archer or wizard. It's nice to be able to teach him spells and stuff, for sure. I'm putting him in heavy armor right now. He's kind of my protege, a cleric protege, so he's going to kind of mimic a lot of what I do. I'm going to teach him a lot of restoration spells. Put him in heavy armor so that he benefits from... Oh, shit. Is that another blood lich, or is that just another bloodkin?
You are not welcome here.
You guys going to get in there, please? Is that a lich? It is a lich. Damn. All right, Spirit Guardian, get in there. Okay. Goes down. He's weak to that flame attack. Ooh, we got another feral vampire here somewhere. Is that behind me? I don't like that. Yep.
Shall fear.
Ow! 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 Ow!
Oh, I think I missed an important message from James.
Now it's my turn.
We'll keep him locked up in there. This is an area of effect spell once I can actually get it.
Why fight?
Get it to trigger. It's a very slow casting time. But it does good damage. There we go.
I'm beginning to get the hang of this.
You think so, Lucian? You're doing well. Okay, let me read James's message here. Don't go any further with Vigilant because next quest you'll send to the manor, it will lock you out of the base game. I suggest finishing off your build before carrying on with that quest line. Really? So is it a hard quest or something? I don't mind being locked out until I'm finished if it's, you know, if I just have to complete the quest line. Tell you what, I'm gonna do a hard save here. No, it's not a quick save, an actual hard save. So I can get back to this at any point if I need to, but I'll continue on. Heavy armor increased. What? Oh. There's another red dot on the screen. Don't know where that was coming from. Okay, may as well get some lockpicking skill here. Dead Draugr in there. I guess all Draugr are dead, right? Well, they're undead. Yeah, lockpicking. What do we got here on this vampire? Looks like it was a storm cloak at some point. Take that armor. Sell that helm off for some money as well. Anything else in here? Just the plate? Oh, human flesh. I don't think I want the human flesh. Human flesh, though, does that... that does something good. It's either like paralysis or... I'm going to take it. Paralysis or like... fortified destruction or something useful human flesh does. The area that I'll send you to, most enemies around 80 to 250 level, boss and small enemies. Okay. Well, I have my hard save I can go back to. I don't know. I kind of want to see it. I kind of want to see it. I want to get destroyed. Let's. This should be fun. I might not stick with it. I'll probably end up reloading that hard save, but yeah, we'll see. Oh, hi, buddy. Another Blood Lich. Let my buddies take aggro there. Yeah, that area of effect blood spell hurts, man. Healing, please. Lucian, did you get stuck again, buddy? He seems to bug out against these. Oh no, there he goes. He's good. Like seeing him use that flame spell against undead.
Where are you?
Oh, that sounded ominous. The lower bitrate seems to be working well. I'm only at 13.8% dropped frames, so the stream should be more stable for you guys, even if it doesn't look as good. So sorry for the diminished quality, image quality on the stream, but like I said at the beginning of the stream, there's something funky going on between my ISP here in Arizona and the YouTube ingest servers in the LA area, and it's just it's been causing havoc with my weekend live streams. More of a recent development in the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 or 6 weeks, I guess. To talk to my ISP about that. I do have a new upgraded cable modem coming, and I upgraded my service plan for that, so I should get increased upload and download speeds. And they were doing like a New Year's special, so for 24 months, I'd actually saving money on it. Just making sure I'm not missing anything downstairs before I head upstairs. You know, oh, there's a Blood Lich.
Who dares disturb my rest?
There you go. Get in there, Guardian. We gotta find a name for the Spirit Guardian. Since we worship Saint Alessia, maybe this is the spirit manifestation of Alessia. That'd be kind of cool. Just name her Alessia. Lots of good stuff on the Blood Lich here. Of course, now I'm over encumbered.
Death comes for you now.
I don't know if I can reach him through the gate here. Just kill him this way. Actually, let's go Solar Ray on this one. That might be more direct damage.
Why fight me? Your blood is already mine.
Michael, Allie, and Lucy earning their pay. I get it. I was like, who's Allie and Lucy? Are you watching the right stream? No, I get it. Alessia and Lucian. Allie and Lucy, I like it.
I won't hide down here forever.
And welcome in, Michael. I'm not sure if I've seen your name around before. Hope you're doing well. Hope your year is getting off to a good start, as well as your weekend.
There are a few of the brethren.
Okay, I am cucumbered to hell and back. Let's find Lucian. Where you be, Lucian? Lucian can carry my stuff for me. Still fairly low level at level 22 here, and I haven't put a lot of investment into the skill, the stamina attribute.
Oh, there's no prey down
See, last time I saw Lucian, he was up here.
all this hiding and skulking around.
So I don't have a big encumbrance. To work with. Where the hell is Lucian? I don't think I have his teleport spell yet. Certainly do not. I thought I had his tracking sphere, though. Lucian's resonance sphere. Find Lucian. And I think that gives me a miscellaneous quest to track. Oh, he's upstairs. He's farther upstairs than I thought. Okay. Lucian, I need you to carry my stuff for me. TK Dodge actually helps out with encumbrance a little bit. Yeah, he's stuck again. The disable and enabling him, he seems to get stuck on these blood liches. Disable and enable works, but I wonder if there's a built-in feature for him to unstuck him.
How can I assist?
You can carry some stuff for me. Now, I wouldn't typically be just picking up anything that I find. 50% resistance to disease. Oh, I don't need resistance to disease at all because of the way St. Alessia works. I get the shrine effects from whatever deity I choose to follow when I pray, which also cures any diseases. So that is one
And away we go.
happy benefit of St. Alessia for sure. All right, let's poke around downstairs still.
First kill is always the best. The blood has never tasted as sweet since.
Thank you for the stream. See you later. Regards, Parsby. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Have a good weekend, okay? I'm new. I found your mod tutorials last week. Great content. Hey, no problem. No problem at all. Hoping to put out some more content this year. I think I bit off a little more that I could chew with this Guardian series with the Warrior, Thief, and Mage all going at once. So what's going to happen is, like, once the Warrior build guide releases, which is in full production now, the Mage won't be far behind, and then the Thief won't be too far behind that. And they're not, like, interesting, unique, nuanced, novel, hybrid builds like a lot of people seem to like on YouTube, but they will provide kind of like a base level of the pyramid for character building going forward. Now that I know how the pure warrior works and how the pure thief works and how the pure mage works, I can start weaving those together in new and interesting ways and get back to the interesting stuff like the Nemesis Arcane Archer and the Shaman Assassin. But I actually... Oh, I didn't mean to take that potion. I didn't think it was going to trigger while I was in the lockpicking menu there. I have a feeling that the pure mage, pure warrior, and the pure thief build guides are going to do quite well because people are always looking for new ways to play those basic classes. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Variety is the spice of Skyrim. I tend to agree. People have their favorite ways to play this game, and that's great. That's kind of what Bethesda games are all about, is playing the game the way that you want to play the game. But if you kind of pigeonhole yourself into one way of playing the game, you're robbing yourself of a lot of what these games have to offer. I like to play a lot of very diverse and different characters. It's good stuff. Your druid build was so nuanced, but I ruined my playthrough by incorporating the OP werewolf build, and it completely broke. I kind of did the same thing, honestly. That druid build was so overpowered. It's like it definitely kind of ruined the fun that I had for it. And also, I was doing that druid build while doing the druid build for or the druid class for Diablo 4. And I was just kind of all druided out by the end of that. I was like, I don't want to do druid stuff anymore. That was a long playthrough too. There was a lot going into it. Alchemy also made that build extremely overpowered too. But yeah, a cool build for if you want a nature themed build that does a lot of everything, which is kind of how the D&D druid works with the shape-shifting and everything. You can always kind of shape-shift into something that is good for the current situation that you're in. So diversity was versatility more so than diversity was more was kind of the main theme I had going into that build, and I think I accomplished that. It's just that everything that he did was so strong. That combination between enchanting and alchemy just makes every single build strong. Just a few perks in the right spots and those two crafting skills, and you can make any build work. Or you can make an already strong build completely overpowered and broken. I had some people accusing me of cheating in that build guide with some of the gameplay demonstrations. It was like, are you running in God mode or something? Like, why are you taking no damage? And how come you're in your Horned Lord form forever? I was like, well, it's just, you know, alchemy. Alchemy and enchanting. You can do it too on an Xbox. You don't, if you have an Skyrim installed. I'm not doing anything devious or shady. Trying to increase my Skyrim clout for whatever reason. Yeah, the more basic builds for the Shaman Assassin build was kind of challenging, actually, especially early on. All kind of Night build, Nightblade builds are like that until you get to where your sneak skill is high enough that you can one-shot people without being detected. And that really opened up the gameplay for... we have to purge the Vampire Menace here. For that build as well. But that was a nuanced one that was challenging to play at first. The Warrior one definitely was a challenge, but that one I'm actually having more fun with than I have in the game for a long time. Not as nuanced maybe, but definitely challenging and a lot of fun to play. Alchemy is often confused for cheating. I have trouble keeping balance with any character that uses it. Yeah, indeed. It is the strongest skill in the game, and I don't even think that's a debate. And that holds true for vanilla as well. You seem to be less lads, but yeah, I've vastly reduced my bitrate that I'm streaming at to 4 kilobits per second, which is not recommended for a 1080p broadcast. They want you at, 8 to 10. So I'm uploading or streaming at half the recommended bit rate, but it has kept the stream stable. I should actually be streaming at 720p at this bit rate, but I don't know. I feel like that might be a bit of a turnoff for people, seeing that you can only get to 720p. At least if you see the 1080p number there, you're gonna be like, okay, this is a legit stream. Yeah, I just need to be a little more diligent about checking my upload speeds to the Los Angeles area where the YouTube ingest servers are before I stream, and then setting that bitrate accordingly. I'll get less buffering, less lag spikes. And I'm only at 14% dropped frames right now, which is probably a half to a quarter, probably more like a third of what I have been getting in the last 4 or 5 weeks or so. Gotta love lockpicking at low levels. High level lockpicks at low levels. Man, we have an hour left in the stream. I really want to get to this this tough part where James was warning me against. I feel like I'm not going to do any damage against them. They're going to just demolish my followers immediately and then one-shot me. Which I can't wait for. Oh my god. Alright, here we go. Lots of skill progression, though. Get them perks. You with me, Lucian? Okay, he's still good. We go left or right? I'm seeing... Okay, this is where I came in. What else we have here? Still clearing out the vampires, huh? Maybe this isn't where we came in. I'm back at college now. Nice. Sounds like you had a safe, uneventful trip. I am glad for you on that. Okay, so no, I've definitely been here. You may not remember the comment, but I looked into using Spellscribe with a bow. Oh, with the bashes. Yeah, I remember that. I knew it wouldn't work, but was hoping to find a mod to add power bashing for bows. So it would. No luck so far. Does it proc from a power bash with a shield? If it did with a shield, I would expect it to work with a bow, but I guess it probably doesn't with a shield either, huh? Oh, it does work with a shield. Interesting. But it doesn't work with a bow. I would have expected it to work with a bow if it worked with a shield. That does bode well for a shield-only build, though, at some point, right? A bash build, which is totally doable in Ordinator. Throw Targe of the Blooded on there, even though you don't really need it. Be really the item itself would be completely overshadowed by the perks and other stuff that you add to it. Works with a power bash only, no regular bash. Yeah, I would assume so. Spellscribe only works with power attacks anyway. Okay, I'm gonna open these doors so that I know that I've been here. Requires a key. Do I have the key to open that? Alright. Who dis? I can't open it anyway. Can I talk to the dude? Bingle.
This is a bad time for you to be here. Jericho can return at any moment.
Oh, crap.
I sense a presence.
Oh, we got Blood Knight. There's Jericho. Everybody's still alive here. Probably switch over to healing real soon here. Okay, Jericho just transformed into another Blood Knight. Alright, let's give the followers some healing here. Okay, he's going down. Slowly but surely he's going down.
Such an abrupt end to our game.
There we go. I'm really happy with my mana regeneration there. I think what happened was the Imperial passive that randomly... Do I get the key for... Rusty Warhammer. This is unique and it's very valuable too, but it's very heavy. I'm taking it. Elite Vigilant Gloves. Sell those as well. What was I saying? I don't remember what I was saying. I was in the middle of something, completely lost it. Oh yeah, did I get the key for that? I did. All right.
It was her. She was here.
Is he a vampire or does he just have funny eyes?
We fought her, but we were powerless. We couldn't do anything. Those of us who survived were forced to drink her blood and were turned into vampires.
Oh, so he is a vampire. Then why are you locked up?
All of those who refused her blood are imprisoned here. We will stay here.
So you're not a vampire?
Until we give in.
You just got the funny eyes. Or he is an elf. It looks like he's a Dunmer. Dunmer have red eyes, but not like that usually. Do you know what happened to the other vigilants?
Everyone who's survived has been turned into a vampire. Her blood drove them all mad.
Okay, so they all kind of went feral with the vampirism. Okay, so who's this blood matron?
A Nedic maiden, violated by Molag Bal.
So like Serana, kind of.
She was the first vampire.
The first vampire.
We found her.
Pure blood.
Sleep underground.
Okay. Anything else that we can do while we're here?
I want you to kill me. I want to die before I become a bloodthirsty monster.
Well, that's a fair request. All right. I don't know that I can cure him, so I understand. I'll grant you Stendar's mercy.
Thank you. Do it quickly. I don't know how much longer I can resist the thirst.
Ow, ow, ow! Ah!
And I'm cucumbered again. Let's see. Honestly, the shield only build would work better with the anniversary champion shield as they double bash damage. The Imperial Dragon shield? I was using that a bit with my warrior character, but I don't remember exactly what that... Doubles damage from bashing. Nice. That's a big shield, too. Yeah, that's huge. Ordinator does a lot of bash damage. A lot of bash damage, which scales off of your stamina. And then if you can do power bashing, you can also disarm enemies. And if it triggers Spell Scribe, yeah, a bash build would be really, really good and a lot of fun. I'll have to look into that. The new paid creation Truth in Legends adds a shield with a unique bash. Works like Ariel's, but with lightning instead of Fusroda. Ooh, that sounds really cool. Is it like a full quest mod? Might be worth it if there's a few hours to play through it. Unique visuals too, very fun. Awesome. Truth in Legends. I'll try to remember that. The Imperial Dragon and Stormcloak variant. I'm not real high on the paid creation stuff just because the value to dollar ratio is usually pretty low, but if you can get them on sale, they be some pretty good deals. Just the pricing on those is usually just out of bounds. The Imperial Dragon and Stormcloak variant. Yes, okay. So they both do the same thing. Well, maybe not exactly the same thing. What was that one called? It was like Storm Bear or something. Let's just try champion. I don't remember what the Stormcloak variant was called. Storm Bear? Was it Storm Bear? Might be Storm Bear. No. 2 words? Man, if Storm Bear isn't what it's called, that would be an awesome name for a build or something else. I don't know about Zims, but in Reliquary, bashing with a Spellbreaker, with Spellbreaker silences enemy mages, preventing them from... yeah, Spellbreaker is just... I think it just has an improved armor rating. You can temper it, and the ward that it has is much stronger, and it comes up instantly. So you don't have to warm it up. And it doesn't break on you as much, if ever. Which, honestly, is all Spellbreaker needed anyway. And it's kind of the best in slot for a lot of warrior builds. But that does sound like a cool effect, as long as it did everything else well. James is going to be right back. Okay, buddy. Quest mod, not long. Unique puzzles, very unique armor, and weapons and abilities for $6. That's not bad. Be willing, as long as it works with all my other mods, I'd be willing to try that out. I don't mind paying for stuff as long as it's worth it. All right, let's see. I am cucumbered. I am heavily cucumbered. Let's uncucumber ourselves with Lucian. Doesn't sound right. But it's what I said. I'm not taking it back. There we go. Decucumbered.
What's next?
All right, what is next? That's a good question. Eliminate vampires under Wilhelm. So I'm still trying to eliminate these vampires, huh? Still got more vampires to kill? I've killed so many. We got to find this blood matron, I guess, huh? Still some locked doors and stuff that... Hey, Lucy, carry my burdens. Indeed, indeed. Still some locked doors that we haven't been able to open yet. We could go check those out. Could also check my map to see if there are any dark areas. There's this one over here. Everything else looks pretty explored. So, yeah, let's go this way. So I'm going to go forward until I hit that cell. I'm going to go left, and then I'm going to take my first right. Okay, where does this lead? Enchantress's Palace. Nice. Sounds dangerous. Oh, 1 second here. One of my OBS widgets disconnected somehow for some reason. There we go. That's better. Now I can see everything I need to see. Let's see. I wish Winter Sun Zenithar worship affected items rather than crafting. For example, making weapons and armor X% stronger rather than letting you improve them. Yeah, doesn't that seem a little dry though? Just a blanket offense and defense improvement. I don't know. For flavor purposes, I feel like the crafting is good. You want that nuance in there. You don't want to just get your blanket power increases, because then it discourages you from trying new builds and trying different combinations of new things for more nuanced builds. If you just can do anything you want with any build, it kind of defeats the purpose of trying new builds. And that's a very reductionist of what you're getting at there. I know that enables certain things, but I like the restriction and I like the nuance most of the time because it gets me to try new ways of doing things.
All the living shall fear the dead.
Ow! Lucian, get in there, man. What am I paying you for? Ouch. God, that blood magic really hurts. We got a blood lich somewhere. God, that casting time is ridiculously long. And I know it's a very powerful spell, so that's why it's balanced that way, but still. Where is that blood lich?
Ow, ow.
Downstairs, I guess, huh? Alright, you guys go first. Sounds like we got a blood knight down there, too. Blood knight is going to engage with Lucian. I'm going to try to get in here against this blood lich. They have less health. Oh! Guys, I'm more worried about the lich. I wish you would focus on that one. You guys good? Okay, lots to explore here. Let's go back to where we started. We'll explore a little more thoroughly, I think. Sure we didn't miss it. Ooh, that silver ewer looks fancy. Could probably get a fair price for that. The candelabra as well. Pick up all the things because we like training. We like crafting materials. We like buying heavily enchanted things. Catch back up here. Taking the work out of the work god worship. Yeah, kinda. I also wish Zenithar worship effective staves. Oh. Yeah, that would be cool. That's kind of crafting, right? But kind of its own system. That would be cool. That would be cool. Ooh, we got a bedroll. This is actually good. Alright, so Shadows of Skyrim. If I die, it will respawn me where I last slept. So now, if I die, I don't have to go all the way back to the Candlehearth Inn. The idea is to make Zenithar worship affected potions, poisons, enchantments, and gear without the need for crafting skills. Yeah, but isn't Zenithar's whole thing about crafting? Kind of feel like Zenithar's whole thing is crafting. So you take the crafting part out of the crafting god, you're just left with a general blanket power increase, and it kind of releases all of the nuance from it. Okay, so we have a locked door back in that hallway. What do we got here? Old Windhelm City, interesting. Aura of Vigor. Let's switch back to Aura of Might. We'll do a quick save here. I just think Zenithar isn't the right deity for that. You need an elf god. Yeah, something like that. And I'm not a big fan of just blanket buffs over everything. Like I said, it releases the nuance and having to try different builds to do different things. There's no challenge in it anymore. If you could just worship one thing and get all of your buffs in one place, there's no problem to solve. It's just, okay, I'll just do this all the time. So I like having different deities do different things. And if that deity existed, you kind of didn't have any reason to worship anything else or try any different builds.
There's only me and her left. And the monster before my eyes. Monster of
You gotta have some nuance on there, some
go no further.
some detriments, some things that you can't do,
Find peace in your death.
so that you can figure out another way to solve it.
You are not welcome here.
Shit. Come on, man. Still coming after me? There you go. Hit Lucian. He's an easy target. Oh my god, the dual attacks look deadly. Oh, he already took out Lucian. And my Spirit Guardian got knocked out. Or locked out. Oh my god. Get a few seconds of... Oh, I'm gonna die here. Spirit Guardian got locked out. That's gonna be a huge... Oh! Oh my god, he's quick. Missed the power attack. Shit. Ah! I need to get the Spirit Guardian in there. I could, resummon her with the spell to get her to appear where I want, but then she's going to dump all of her inventory into my inventory, which is going to over-encumber me, and then I actually cannot reactivate her in combat to give her all her stuff back. So that's kind of off the table. I need to figure out how to rush in with the Spirit Guardian with me, because I can't do this without the Spirit Guardian. Okay, I squint my eyes, I see double for a moment before the world comes back into focus. I can see clearly again, but I don't recognize this place. One day I will return to Enchantress's palace and defeat my nemesis, Aradel, Keeper of the Gate. Debuff inflicted, stench of death. Okay, so this didn't put me back. Oh man, he took my armor too. Crap. Do I have any armor in my inventory? I have the rebel stuff. Will be good enough for now. Okay. So the way that I have Shadow of Skyrim set up, there is a small, I think like 5% chance. Yeah, random location chance. That I won't show up at the last place that I slept. Yeah, respawn location's the last bed, which should have been that bedroll that I slept in before I took him on. So that's okay. I'm gonna try to roll with this. I have the hard save to get back to if I need to. But like, where am I now? Lucian's with me. I lost my chest piece. It respawned me in a random location. Is this a is this like Chilfuro Farm, maybe? The farmhouse there? Is there anybody else here? What time is it? And I'm trespassing. 7 p.m. and I'm trespassing. Is there anybody else here? They're probably out and about. This is a small farmhouse in the middle of nowhere. Out in the boonies somewhere, I think. It is 7 p.m. How are my needs doing? I'm hungry and moderately thirsty. Stench of death. Your wounds reek of death, drawing out skeevers eager to feast on your corpse. So, yeah, I'm going to get the skeever treatment here. Zenithar is all about doing your job. Crafting skills are 3 of them. A mercenary could be a worshiper of Zenithar because he's a mercenary as a profession. Alright, where am I at? Maiden Loom Manor. Okay. So Lucian was... I'm getting a little bit of choppiness in my frames here. 60 frames, that's fine. So Lucian was able to... get us out of there, luckily. And he just, I guess, knocked on the first door he was able to find, and that happened to be Lilith Maidenloom. Okay, 7:22 p.m. Let's head back into the city here. Do I have a player home yet? I'm not sure that I do. I don't think so. Ryek's End, obviously, that one you get for free at the beginning of the game if you want it. I'm trying not to make too much use of it because it does provide a huge tactical advantage having a player home early on in the game. Okay, well, James, I think now is my opportunity to level up because that was a really, really heavy fight, really hard fight. And if it's just going to get harder from there, we need to we need to get stronger. Luckily, with an Irem and Ordinator, that strength comes pretty quickly. So it shouldn't take too long. Maybe I'll take the time between this stream and the next stream to start leveling stuff up. Oh, there's Maidenloom. Thank you for taking me in, Lilith. It's very kind of you. Very charitous. Very charitable, I guess, would be the word for that I was looking for. Who needs armor when you have abs? I know. Did you see that six-pack on Cassius here? That was pretty sick. He's got some sick abs. All right, we also lost our Spirit Guardian, so we'll have to resummon her. So we probably took on all of her inventory into our inventory, which is how that works. All right, so we do have the opportunity here, like I said, to level up a little bit, but also to take another look at our gear. Excuse me. I can fairly cheaply create more of this paladin armor. The Dark Knight armor is the next stuff that I want to do. This is kind of like the Crusader Knight.
Smell you get when it rains. What's it called?
Knight Crusader armor that Magus is using in his Death Knight series.
It'll come back to me.
But it's a little more smoothed out. I like this one a lot, and it's available for me to craft, but I need a lot of ebony ingots to do it. A lot of ebony ingots. I need to find a skull somewhere too at some point. Keep an eye out for one of those. I feel like Vigilant will have a lot of skulls available in a lot of places. But yeah, that's the next set I want to go for. I need to find enough ebony to do it. But what is it? The Breton Knight armor? Paladin armor? So much of it. This is the problem with mods. Is you have a lot of modded equipment and spells and stuff. These menus take forever to get through. Okay, so Regal Paladin armor. This is what I was wearing. It's a cool set, and I think Haster was the one who suggested this to me. We got some blues in there. I tend to like the white for this guy. We have the boots. I think we have everything except for the armor. So I just need 2 steel ingots for that. That's pretty cheap. Pretty cheap. Well, I think I might head back to Ryek's End at some point to see if I have any material stashed there. I might. Actually, it's not so late right now. I'm hungry and thirsty. Cassius does not drink. Let's see. We have seared slaughterfish. Just eat a raw cabbage to go with it. Has that held us over? I think it has. Okay. Yeah, let's cruise down to Ryek's End now. We'll craft up some stuff. I think I have some steel ingots. If not, then we'll have to, I don't know, go to Riverwood or something. 30 minutes left in the stream. It's been eventful. It's been a very eventful stream. Don't need the map. Just you and me, Lucian. Oh yeah, let's get the Spirit Guardian back out here. May as well have the extra muscle. Oh, it's a male one. They've all been female up to this point. Let's see, we'll give him the, the Viking axe, the shield, the Einherjar plate helm, and one of these rebel guards armors. Oh, and the silver gauntlets. Okay. You good? He's good. Lucian's good. All right, let's get to Ryek's End. I might have stashed some crafting materials there. We'll see. Or Lucian might just have them all in his extra inventory. I don't know. So my counterpoint to Nobody, your argument that Zenithar is all about doing your job and mercenary might be a job, that's still it's too broad, I think, right? If doing your job is being a restoration mage, then he's going to make restoration mages better. If doing your job is a destruction mage, then a destruction stuff is going to be, it's just, there's no nuance to it whatsoever. There's no drawback to it, right? It's just raw blanket power for everybody. And I can see how you're rationalizing it through roleplay and using the lore for that kind of thing, but I think gameplay balance wise, it's just, why am I buying all this stuff? Could use it, that's why. Do we have any? Yeah, nothing there. Oh, we got a frame bitrate dip. We're back though. That's good. It's just too much blanket power. There's not enough nuance to it. There would be no reason to ever not take it. I guess every character would be a Zenithar character in that case. And you don't have to do it that way, I suppose, but there would be no reason not to. I need a little more nuance, I suppose. We are not an enchanter, so we don't need to save these flawless gems for anything, for the gem dust. We're not a poisoner guy, so we can get rid of the poison. The earrings I made specifically for selling. The ragged clothes, that was just what it gave me. Sell but all of 2 of my amulets. Band of Frozen Time. That's Forgotten Magic. We don't need that. Actually, we don't need the Light Bearer one either. Shield we don't need. I'm not a poison guy. I understand your sentiment, but we can at least agree that Zenithar should affect staves in some way, even. Yeah, because staves, stave crafting would be good. I think the problem with that is, and I agree with you on a philosophical level on that one. I think it should be that way, right? I think mechanics-wise, the way that staff crafting works is that you can't temper them like other weapons and armor. It just kind of, you craft the staff that you're going to craft, and that's the staff that you get. So in order to implement that staff being stronger, you would have to have multiple levels of the same staff as a discrete item in your items list, which isn't undoable, but it's very tedious to do something like that. Otherwise, you would have to do like a blanket spell amplitude. All spells are stronger because staff casts actually count as spells. The perks that you get, like in the destruction skill trees and stuff like that, will apply to your staves as well. It's, for all intents and purposes, you are casting the spell that you're launching from a staff, and you get all the appropriate perk bonuses from it. So it'd have to give you some kind of like blanket spell buff in order for it to work like that, and that's again lack of nuance and just giving you a blanket bonus. in ways that it may not actually make sense. So, yeah, I feel like it should be that way, but technically I'm not sure how you would pull it off. It would be tough, if not next to impossible, to implement that way. Man, nobody. I'm just over here crushing your hopes and dreams with everything that I say. Sorry about that. I don't mean to be like a naysayer or anything. I don't mean to be bringing it down or anything. Just the way my brain is wired up, pragmatically stepping through all this stuff. It makes me really good at my job as a software engineer, but can make me a pain in the ass to like brainstorm with. Whenever somebody says, you know what would be cool, and they come up with something, I immediately start analyzing it and picking it apart and telling everybody why it wouldn't work. It's one of my wife loves that about me, by the way. It's sarcasm. More charges? That actually works, but that also scales. I think you get more charges because of how your spell skill scales. Now I want stave as a weapons. They could work like they do in ESO, dealing a certain amount of elemental damage or effect that can be crafted up. Yeah. And again, that's doable, but you would have to then use that staff to create a new discrete staff. Kind of like how the Leviathan axe works. I don't know that he's reopened this mod or not. But if you look at the way these axes are set up, it's one axe, right? It looks like one axe, but you use your current axe to craft the next axe. And the way that these are packaged up in the mod is that every one of these variants of this one axe is a discrete axe that you then craft out of the previous axe. You would have to have staves like this. So then you would just have thousands and thousands and thousands of staves packaged up into this mod, which again is not impossible, but it is very, very tedious for whoever's doing it. I actually appreciate it because I often get stuck in my own. Yeah, we probably are wired up pretty similarly in that regard. Yes, that is how it works. More charges wouldn't work. You crapped on my dreams. There you go. That's my job. See, Zenithar gives me that blanket buff. My job is crapping on people's dreams. Now I'm suddenly much better at crapping on everybody's dreams. That's why you don't want a blanket buff to everything. It's actually possible to only affect staves and not spells. Zim's immersive enchanting did so. Does it? I'll have to see how he implements that, just as a curiosity to see how that mod actually works. That does sound interesting. And there is some stuff in Ordinator here. Oh, I got another level up. Cool, cool. 2 magic, 2 health, 1 stamina for every 5 levels. Actually, I don't think Ordinator does anything where it actually buffs staves. When a staff is equipped, all weapon enchantments drain 25% less charge, and you gain a small amount of enchanting experience. Okay, so this is your Gandalf build, your sword and staff build. This basically just drains less charge from the weapon that you have equipped if you have a staff equipped in the other hand. And you gain experience with enchanting, staff recharge. Equipped staves regenerate 5 points of charge, so just regenerating charge again. So that doesn't actually affect amplitude at all. All enchantments on equipped weapons and armor are 10% more powerful. Now, I don't know if your staff counts as an enchantment. It might. I did a staff mage build, the astrologer build. From Elden Ring, but I don't remember if this actually, I don't think it does. It's probably just a keyword specific to staves and keep reading. Yeah, that's probably what it is. And you just do the rest with scripts and just check for that keyword and apply something. Grants the charge tap power. At will, drains a quarter of your current weapon charge to restore health by 15% of the amount drained. And stamina by 25. Okay, so this is just 2 enchanted weapons. Yeah, no. Use an equipped staff as an energy source, causing it to lose charge at a rate of 15 points per second, but making your weapon enchantments 1% more effective per 50 points of charge remaining in the staff. This effect stacks... Okay, so you're making your other weapon stronger. Or the enchantments on your weapon stronger. But yeah, nobody, that actually does sound possible. If you check to see if you have if one of the weapons that you're equipped have the staff keyword to it, and then you can buff spell amplitude in certain spell schools, if not all of them. That would restrict it a little more. That would probably work. That would probably work. All right, do we have any crafting materials here? Yes, we had a bunch of... We do have 5 steel ingots. That would be enough to craft. I think I only needed the 2, right? Get my cuirass back. And to temper it. Do I have any potions here? I don't. No smithing potions. Yeah, no smithing. Oh, I do have a fortified smithing potion. 23%, not shabby. Let's do it. Oh crap, not the weapon wheel. Although that would be useful too. See how much more, if I can do this quickly, because I already took that potion. Keep going. Do I have any more time left on it? It's usually quick. I think it's usually like 30 seconds. 11 seconds left. I can smith up one more thing. We'll go with the helmet, because that's the next highest armor rating. Okay. Get out of these rebel leathers here. There we go. Now we're looking more cleric-esque. Cool. All right. Lucian.
What's new?
Give me everything you got. And then I'll put some of this stuff away. We'll do some inventory management, because I know that's what everybody loves to see on a stream, is the streamer going through their inventory for several minutes at a time. It is actually possible to only... Okay, cool. It's probably just a keyword. Yeah, all right. I'm caught up on stream. I thought maybe I wasn't caught up on stream. Lots of pelts here to level up my smithing skill with, which I will need. The animal bones I can just throw in there as well. Do we have any more crafting materials? Okay, the linen wraps I can make cloaks out of. We'll put that away as well. Anything else in here that I can do without? Yeah, the strange... I'm not going to do the hunter-born stuff. I can get rid of the strange wolf claws. Have an empty water skin that I can fill up in the river outside. Let's get rid of all the alchemy stuff. Ooh, I am way over encumbered. Lucian, I am so sorry for making you carry all that, buddy. Do I have any heavy armor cuirasses, though? Steel armor of health and vagrant armor. Ooh, that vagrant armor is cool. I could put that. Vigilant of Stendar armor. Let's put the vagrant... Actually, what's the highest armor rating I have? The vagrant armor. That would be really cool on my cleric. Damn. Actually, let's throw the vagrant stuff on the mannequin for now and craft that up, and that can be my next set while I try to gather enough ebony for the Dark Knight stuff. It's okay, it builds non-player character. I see what you did there. I see what you did there, picking up what you're putting down. God, the vagrant stuff is really cool. I want to smith that up and use it now. Damn. All right. Oh, look at that. More for like a dark... Almost like a dark... I want to say Dark Knight, but every time I say Dark Knight, it reminds me of Batman, even though he doesn't have a monopoly on Dark Knight stuff. But this is more like a dark flavored knight thing, but I like it. I think it will maybe with like a white cloak or something. It would go well with the cleric. I don't know. I like it. I want to use it. Hell yeah.
It's a nice place you've got here.
And this comes from the Vigilant mod. The Vigilant mod actually
Missouri
gives you
burn
lots of really cool, unique stuff
No,
in terms
it
of
really would be a shame.
armor and weapons and things like that. So I really like that. All right, Vagrant will be our next set. And then let's outfit our Spirit Guardian here with everything that I have. It's the highest damage stuff. Mace of Molag Bal. It's an unenchanted Mace of Molag Bal. It's also very powerful. So we will give that to our Spirit Guardian with the enchanted shield. We'll do a plate light armor there. May as well give him the steel armor of health there. Boost up his health. It would look better in the top helm here, but it's not as good. What else does he need? Does he need gauntlets? He needs gauntlets and he needs boots. So we'll go with the silver gauntlets and the knight boots. All right, how's it look? Yeah, decent enough, I think. That works for me. All right, let's go put some of the unique items in the armor closet. Sort those out later. We have some unique staves in here too that we might use at some point. A cursed greatsword. If target dies within 20 seconds, fills a soul gem. Interesting. Wonder if I can disenchant that. I would rather sell it than disenchant that. I feel like I can go get Bloodthorn or something for free and disenchant that. Actually, I don't think I can disenchant Bloodthorn. Man, I'd kind of rather have the money right now anyway. Dwarven Sword of Burning. That's not unique. Hollow Blade, also not unique. Orcish Dagger of Arcana. Disenchant that. The Rusty Warhammer and the Rusty Great Mace are both unique. Put those away. Necroplagues I don't want. Staff of Healing Hands might be nice. Sword of Mercy, also very cool. Vigilant of Stendar's Mace. Don't think that's unique. Witch Hunter's Pistol. That's the one I want to increase the projectile speed on for the projectile type for that spell. Witch Hunter Cleaver, I'll keep one of those. I can sell the rest of them. Weapons, armor. What do we have that we want to keep here? Anything? We'll keep the elite. We'll keep a copy of the elite vigilant stuff. Summoner's armor. I don't know if I want that. Vigilant of Stendar stuff. We can keep some of that, I think. And then the Witch Hunter garb. Keep a copy of all that, just in case we get a follower or something that I can use it, because we are heavy armor all the way with this guy. Doesn't mean at some point we'll have a light armor follower that we'll want to deck out with some cool stuff. All right, do we have anything to disenchant? What time is it? 1:51. Ancient Fisherman Amulet grants 50% resistance to disease. Might help leveling up enchanting. Arcana. Sure, why not? Robes of Devastation. When you fall below 25% health, 15% chance to release an explosion. That might be helpful. We have been tanking a lot of damage. And Major Restoration. Yes, please. Okay, those are some good enchantments. How's my encumbrance looking? Still probably too high, but much lower, I would assume. Yes. We were up above 800, now we're down in the mid 650s. So let's get rid of all of our alchemy ingredients now. This will save us a grip of encumbrance here as well. Do we have any spell tomes? Ponder. We actually might be able to use Ponder. That is, let's see, what is that spell mod called? I don't remember. There's the big spell mod with a lot of stuff. It's not Apocalypse. Figure it out. Actually, let's... Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. It's gonna kill me if I don't remember what the hell that was. Arcanum. My God, I feel better now. Yeah, it's an Arcanum spell that will give you a random buff. I use this for my rogue permadeath character. Increases your magicka regeneration by 12% for 67 seconds and grants you one of 3 powerful effects at random. Ponder cannot be recast until this effect wears off. I hooked this up to Okado's recital, and the 3 powerful effects, I think one of them was like warrior based, one was mage based, and one was like, I don't know, like rogue based. But they're all useful for hybrid characters. So I just hooked it up to Okado's recital. I got some illusion training for it, illusion progression, and it buffed my character, which is great for permadeath. I don't know how well it's going to fit with the cleric. I might go ahead and just hook it up to Okado's recital just for the hell of it. I might need it for this vigilant stuff because it's getting harder and harder. Hey, Silent Echo, welcome, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good New Year. Good start to your weekend. Let's see here. Grand Soul Gem. What else do I have that I can get rid of here? Let's see. I can unload some of this raw food. I can sell some of these scrolls. Everything else is just equipment I gotta sell off. Okay. Lucian.
Greetings.
Howdy. Carry my shit, please. All this stuff I am going to sell off, so I'm going to give this to Lucian to hold on to until I can get to a place where I can sell it off. Yes, sir, not too bad. Went home for Christmas for 5 days in Tennessee, then back in Orlando now. How was your holidays? It was good. Holidays were good. Saw a lot of friends and family. A lot of festivities, a lot of good food, a lot of bad food. And just coming off of that gallbladder surgery, it's like now I can eat anything I want and not suffer the stomach ache from it. So I've been eating like a freaking hog, man. So that coupled with, I'm extremely introverted. So being that social really takes it out of me. I've been crazy fatigued lately. So going back to work and getting back into my regular routine kind of feels like a holiday from the holiday now. But that being said, it was all really good. Glad you're feeling back to, not smoking the wife out of the house anymore. Just back to regular, reasonable amounts of farting. That was rough for her for a while, but yeah, it healed up. Still have a lot of weakness and soreness in my lower abs, but I have been back in the gym and I've been doing, you know, just full on planks, side planks, rolling planks, all that. It hurts a little bit, but I'm glad that I'm able to do it. And now that I am able to do it, I'm going to be able to strengthen that stuff back up again. So I'll be back into fighting shape in no time. Got to get a handle on the diets though. Dieting has been rough.
On we go.
A lot of baked goods, you know, a lot of heavy foods, but getting back on those factor meals. That's the story of my life over the holidays. Back into the mundane, and I kind of can't wait for it. All right, 9:09 p.m. Oh yeah, I was gonna drop off the cooking stuff, and I am unencumbered again. That's good. Okay, let's see here. We'll drop off the food stuffs. Cooked food, no. Cooking ingredients, yes. Actually, I'm gonna take the haunting brew. If I run into the merry revelers at any point, I can get a carry weight enchantment that's really valuable. Brook bass, the carp. Oh, I needed the carp, whatever. I can come back and grab it if I need it. All the raw shit. Okay. Do need to get some more cooked food though. I can stop by the inn in the morning and do that. All right. Let's get some rest. Did I plant anything here? No Mags today? No, I haven't seen Magus. He was, I was working with him on putting together his new system. So, yeah, he's got some upgraded stuff. Let me check Discord to see if he hasn't posted anything. No, he was around earlier today. Yeah, I hope he's all right. I haven't seen him much this morning. Yeah, I was helping him out putting his new upgraded system together. Like how to transfer everything over. So, yeah, I haven't heard from him since yesterday. It looks like this morning he's been posting in Discord too, but that was like 4 or 5 hours ago at this point. Yeah, so I hope he's all right. I'm going to post my shaman build for you in the Discord along with some cool ones I thought up separately. Cool. Yeah. I will take a look. I've been putting more thought into my own kind of homegrown Discord too, and just how I'm going to structure that. And I would like to have like, oh, geez, discrete areas for builds and like separate threads for each of my existing builds, and like channels for build suggestions and your own builds and stuff like that too. I'm just tinkering around. I might actually just spin up a private server and start laying out the framework for that in the next week or so. Give me another project to do for when I'm bored or I can't sleep or something. Okay, yes, I do have some stuff planted. This is good. This is good. You can take these. Make some money off of them. Actually, third person will be better for that. But I do need to get some rest first. Feel free to use the temporary Discord as a testing ground. For sure. All right, let's get some sleep. Let's see. This would be 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 8 hours. That's solid. The Briar Witch, not bad. Good story reasons to do most quests, which I appreciated. Oh, that's the new Skypothesis one. Yeah, it's in my watch later queue. I've been really trying to get caught up on my watch later queue, but it really stacked up over the holidays. I'm getting there. Skypothesis, they say they're going to do a new build every month all year for 2025. So here's hoping. I don't know how sustainable that is, but if they have most of it done already and all they have to do is release it, then maybe. But yeah, I haven't seen the Briar Witch yet, but their last build was really good. So hopefully this one keeps up the quality. Looking forward to watching it. Love Skypothesis, man. Stick with Akatosh for the progression increase. All right, and we'll pray here for another 3 hours. Skypothesis put out a new build, pretty creative. Yes, okay, so you were talking about that one already. Okay. Silent Echo, how's your Skyrim modding journey going? You taking a break from it? Are you going back to console, or are you gonna keep at it? I know it was kind of overwhelming at first. It is for everybody, man. Got one of those Japanese marble sodas. You have to pop the marble inward to keep to open with a tool that provided with the drink. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Kind of fun. And I know you've been traveling for a while too, so you probably haven't had a whole lot of time to put into it anyway, but just curious. Oh, I wanted to go to Riverwood. I think we're hungry and thirsty. Mild hunger, moderate thirst. Yeah, kind of got the urge to go to Riverwood. Get some home cooked meals over there. No, took a break from it. Starting off small for now and working more mods over time. That's the way to do it, man. Limit your scope. I know you feel like you see all these kick-ass mods on Nexus and you're like, ooh, I want to try that one. Ooh, I want to try that one. I want to try that one. And then even with Wabbajack, it's untenable because it throws so much at you all at once because they've been adding stuff to these mod lists for years and years. And if you've already been using the mod list, then those incremental changes are fine. But just starting off with that stuff, there's so much. So yeah, that's if I were to wipe out and start all over again, I would start very, very small, using an Irem as a centerpiece for everything, using a lot of all-in-one texture replacers, NPC overhauls, just simple all-in-one NPC overhauls. You don't need the fancy Bijin stuff and the one-off character overhauls and things like that. You know, I gotta have my TK dodge in there. Animated armory is another one I like to have, but when all's said and done, I could probably get away with like around 100 mods.
So does
I
your
think.
pitch, boy.
And that would make me happy.
Didn't I tell you last time to be more specific? If you want someone
Got tired of the backstory copy paste of "you're a member of such and such made up guild," but that one was super lore friendly and felt natural. Oh, the Briar Witch.
Go tend to the chickens, boy.
Yeah, that stuff it does get old after a while. It does for sure. So I got it working with starting off with a smaller mod pack, mostly foundational stuff first, and working through that over time. Okay, cool. That might be the right way to do it. Get the tedious stuff out of the way. Was that guy wearing a mask, or is that face paint? Slow down, doof. I want to see your... That's just face paint. That looks like almost like a kabuki face paint kind of thing. Yeah, starting simple at first is the way to do it. Manual modding first to actually learn it. There you go. There you go. Yeah, you gotta make your own mistakes, learn from your own mistakes, and yeah, then you'll get a fundamental understanding of it in no time. You're capable of it. You got this. All right, let's sell some stuff off to. Actually, you know what? I am over my time. I was just gonna sell some stuff off. I was gonna order some food at the Sleeping Giant. Just do some inventory management and then try to do some side quests to level up in the meantime. Do some training with the money that I have. All that. I need to buff up. We were doing the Vigilant, for those who just popped in recently, we were doing the Vigilant quest line. We ran into a boss that kind of, they shut a gate behind us and locked out the Spirit Guardian, which is my most powerful follower. And the guy just tore through Lucian and then one hit me, or two hit me actually. No problemo whatsoever. Shadows of Skyrim put us back at Maidenloom Manor, I think. This one right here. But no, not Pelagia. I think it's closer to the stables. Anyway, right close to Whiterun. And we didn't have, we lost our Cuirass. I think the boss that we were fighting might have taken our Cuirass, so that's going to make him a little harder to defeat. So we got to level up. We got to figure out our tactics going forward. I need to get the Spirit Guardian to follow me in faster. Maybe just do a dead sprint all the way to the end of that arena to get him to follow. And we'll have a better time of it. James Ansel also warned me that once you get to a certain place in the Vigilant quest line, it's going to lock you out of the main Skyrim area, and it's going to lock you into defeating level 80 up to level 250 level bosses. So he said it would probably be wise to get your build up and running first. I was trying to do Vigilant first because I wanted to playtest all the way through it. It's a new mod for me. But yeah, that's what I'm doing now. I'm gonna level up as much as I can. Try to get, you know, close to level 40, 50 or whatever. Maybe unlock some shouts will help. And go back in and try to finish that out. Going forward with this character, a lot of training, just a lot of questing, fighting, getting the levels up to get the perk points that I need to flesh the build out. But also I installed the quote-unquote newer version of Beyond Reach. I was using a really old version of it. The new version has some fixes in it that I really wanted, I think. So we'll be doing Beyond Reach after Vigilant on that one. Some channel updates. I am still plugging away at the Warrior build guide. That one, I really wanted to get it out before the end of the year. I just didn't get there. There's some end game gear that I want to get, and in order to get that gear, I have to quest through some things. The Dwarven Black Bow of Fate is one of them that I really want to get. Ariel's Bow is another one that I want to get. And then the end game armor. I want to get more of like a traditional steel plate knight armor going on. I'm using the Grand Ursine stuff now with him, which looks great, but it's kind of more of a flavored thing, and I wanna go for more of a standard look for that warrior for the build guide. So that's still coming out. I do have some dungeon clear videos that I'll be doing with the warrior as I do these quests. Basically just talking about some of the mechanics that I'm going to be using throughout that dungeon clear, the build so far, and then just kind of shut up and let Fortius do his thing while he clears the dungeon to maybe some heavy metal music, you know. And then I want to do like a rundown of that dungeon clear with everything that I was using, all the tool sets with the powers and the perks and the different enchantments and stuff that I made use of going through it. That should be a quick one. I have the footage for all that. I just need to splice it together, video editing. Maybe I'll work on that this weekend and throughout the week and get that by maybe end of next week. So yeah, look forward to that. And I want to do more of that small stuff in between big build guides and things like that. Just to keep the pre-recorded channel alive, because the quality of the video that I've been stuck with streaming here has been really low. And I don't want my channel to survive just on streaming because it can't. So I need more produced stuff. And that's what I don't believe in New Year's resolutions. I feel like you just make a decision to do something good in your life, and it doesn't matter what numbers are on the calendar. Just freaking do it. But if there's one goal that I want for this year is more recorded footage, more produced footage on the channel, more regular stuff, more regular uploads, and not just kind of relying on streaming to keep the channel alive. Okay, that's it for me, guys. Thanks so much for joining. I had a good time. It looks like there was less buffering, but at the cost of lower quality footage. I'm gonna watch the VOD, see how it looks. I have a feeling it'll be okay. But yeah, I think that's it for me, guys. Mr. B copying my howdy, folks. Yeah, there you go. That's your greeting. All right, that's it for me, guys. Mr. B, I'm so sorry you just showed up. I always end up at the end. Yep. That's your MO. All right. Take care, guys. I'll see you next week. Okay.